President Donald Trump and President Xi Jinping discussed politics and the economy at Mar-a-Lago, and it seems their meeting improved after Thursday's opening dinner.
So far, I have gotten nothing, absolutely nothing.
He may have not got much out of China on trade agreements so far, but Trump has gained a reputation for a swift response on Syria. As the full impact of Tuesday's chemical attack on Syrian civilians became clearer, President Trump decided the US had to retaliate, especially as Syria's use of chemical agent is illegal under international law.
He's not going to telegraph his next move, but I think that this action was very decisive, justified, and proportional to the actions that he felt needed to take, and I think it sent a very strong signal, not just to Syria, but throughout the world.
Speaking in New York just hours ahead of the decision to bomb Bashar al-Assad's military, President Trump had an unlikely supporter.
We should have and still should take out his airfields and prevent him from being able to use them to bomb innocent people and drop sarin gas on them.
Later in Mar-a-Lago, despite the Syrian distraction, Xi Jinping invited President Trump to Beijing later this year. That could raise hopes for greater cooperation on curbing North Korea's nuclear ambitions and easing Trump's trade concerns.
Changing the trade imbalance with China is going to require slow, steady work. And one of the best places to start is probably to try to encourage China to invest in America. And I think that's the one area where Trump and Xi may see eye to eye.
Donald Trump has got to go!
There were some activists in Florida protesting at Trump's record in office and China's human rights abuses, but they were kept well away. People in Palm Beach are getting used to roads being blocked and a much bigger police and security presence. It doesn't seem to dampen how some locals at least feel about the United States president spending a lot of time here in Florida.
I love him. I think he's a wonderful president so far. He's only been in a short amount of time, but he's just, to me, very relatable and down to earth, and I just feel that he just has such passion for this country.
The Trump-Xi summit seems to have passed without any mishap. A rapport cemented with another public handshake between the careful communist leader and the unpredictable property tycoon, who's proven he is also the US commander-in-chief.
Well, Yola Abdafid is in West Palm Beach for us and joins us now live. Hello to you, Yola. So, after all the events of yesterday, did anything substantive come from the meeting between Xi Jinping and Donald Trump?
Well, we've had statements from both leaders, and they were saying that this has been positive and productive. I mean, that's diplomatic talk, that actually there was no mistakes, there was no mishaps, and it could very well have gone wrong, if you like, because, of course, of that attack on Syria. Well, before the summit even started, when indeed they were sitting down to have dinner on Thursday evening, and only afterwards was President Xi told, of course, of the attack. So things could have gone badly wrong. They didn't, and I think that both of the communiques from both of the leaders suggest that, yes, they managed to talk, they managed to get on, they managed to cement a friendship, as they put it, and they will build on that. But they also did mention, especially from the American point of view, the things they are unhappy with. For instance, in terms of trade, in terms of manufacturing, agriculture, the trade deficit for the Americans, all this were listed to Xi Jinping. And in the same way, the Chinese would have been keen to emphasize that, yes, they understand the concerns about North Korea and the nuclear missiles, but North Korea is an ally of China, and they don't want to have a problem or a crisis on their border between China and North Korea. So I think those things have been laid out. So it's the next meeting, which will be maybe a far more important one, because that's when the hard bargaining and the negotiating will have to start.
Absolutely. And judging by the body language, Yolo, it seemed as if the two men got on better. It certainly looked like they got on better than Donald Trump got on with Angela Merkel. There was no super awkward handshake. So when is this next meeting going to be held, and what will be discussed once the two men get together again?
Well, it will happen, we're told, later this year. We don't know when, but the fact that it's happening so soon, if you like, later in 2017, suggests that things did go well. And you're right, the pictures of them walking around Mar-a-Lago suggested that they were talking, they were shaking hands, there seemed to be smiles, they took their time. Obviously, this is a photo call for the cameras. One of the cameramen almost missed that handshake outside the building. Almost, but not quite. So it shows that everything went well, and even Rex Tillerson, the Secretary of State for Americas, saying that she understood why the Americans attacked Syria, because of the effect on children. So they will be talking about trade. They may well be talking about North Korea as well, and the Chinese will also know that the Americans, when they talk about possibly an unilateral strike, they may very well do that.
Absolutely. Okay, Yolo in West Palm Beach, thank you.